Thank you for joining. I'll tell the Navajo Nation you said, hey.
Elections officials and voters in the western part of the state have had to adapt to the devastating effects of Hurricane Helene. From the number station, WUNC, Rusty Jacobs has more.
In the McDowell County town of Old Fort, flooding from the top river damaged roads and bridges. So the local elections board decided not to use the Old Fort depot as one of the county's 2 early voting sites. That leaves the elections office 9 miles down the interstate is the county's sole early voting site. Still, County Elections Director Kim Lowborn believes turnout this year will be strong. Early voting and election day, just as it was years ago.
Everybody has that spirit of it's my ride and it's my honor day.
In 2020, 65% of North Carolina voters
Sure.
ballots in voting. For NPR News, I'm Rusty Jacobs in Durham.
Former President Donald Trump faced a grilling on immigration, the economy, and other issues Wednesday at a town hall event hosted by Univision. Here's what he said about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio.
They're looking all of us like jeopardy. I think we can't just destroy our country. Maybe some people disagree with me, but you can't put for a very short period of time 32,000 people into a 50,000 people town.
Good morning, everybody. We'll get you on in a minute. I'm just getting the
2021, when hordes of supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol, and they have left. Several dozen aid trucks have entered Gaza for the first time in several weeks, but the United States says it's not enough. The Biden administration is threatening to withhold some military aid to Israel if the humanitarian situation in Gaza does not improve. NPR's Michelle Kellerman reports.
A top United Nations aid official says the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza is under siege. Only a trickle of aid has gotten into Gaza so far this month. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield says a policy of starvation in northern Gaza would be, in her words, horrific and unacceptable.
The government of Israel
Okay, don't.
this is not their policy. That food and other essential supplies will not be cut off.
good.
And we will be watching to see that Israel's actions on the ground match this statement.
She says food and supplies must be surged into Gaza immediately. Israel's ambassador accuses Hamas of leading aid. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
U.S. futures are flat in after-hours trading on Wall Street.
Good morning, oh glory. How you doing, brother? Brewhouse.
This is NPR News. The Korean Central News Agency calls the demolition of roads.
Let's go ahead and get this underway. True Crime Thursday is underway.
State media also calls the move in keeping with the nation's constitution, and that confirms that its revised constitution lists South Korea as a hostile state. The Italian government has passed new legislation restricting the ability of couples to use international surrogacy. As Philip Marks reports, the law criminalizes the use of overseas surrogates and may disproportionately impact gay couples.
The rule threatens potential parents with steep
Item for every item purchased. Go to bombas.com/NPR and use code NPR for 20%.
Looking for the right bank? Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. We're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. SouthernStatesBank.net. Utilizing under member FDIC and MLS number 410611.
Ronald here from Cowie to Force. Cowie to Force is Newman's own addiction.
That's true, Brewhouse.
To provide recovery support services.
You liked him because his eyes were crazy. Well, that's what you got to like him about there, brother. I'm kidding. Because them crazy eyes. I agree with you, Brewhouse, on all that.
Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to the former.
No problem. No problem. This is not, no spilling Nazis in here, brother. Don't worry. No, whatever they call them. Good morning. Good morning, Pamela. How you doing, sister? It's 32 degrees there. Ooh, it's 37 here. So I'm a little bit warmer than you. You're near below freezing. Wow.
As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively with technical drills to build their survival skills. You can be your own
35 there. All right. Let me write. I'm going to write these down. This way I got. Oh, yeah. 35 West G, Virginia. Got 35 Virginia. 32 in Pennsylvania. Woo. What's the Martin? You on with us this morning? There you go.
WQEE, WZZV, WVEQ, November 12th through the 17th. Be there.
Hi, I'm Dr. Luis Bueno, and I'm a counselor that works here in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me if you need my services at my website, www.flourish2live.org, or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need of counseling services,
Where did they do that at? Oh, Glory, let me know. Send me an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com so I'll have that information too, friend. Ryan, you got a good name because I'm Ryan too. Yo, what's up? You know what they say about Ryans, don't you? We can't say that on the radio here. Happy birthday, my man. Well, it's not really my birthday, but I appreciate it. My birthday is not until June, but I'll take it. Belated birthday. Oh, happy birthday to you, Ryan. Well, happy birthday to you, buddy. Ryan K. That's it. We'll call him Ryan K. La. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
The 24-hour telehealth operation is located in Virginia and allows women to obtain abortion drugs without having to have an office visit with a doctor. The satanic temple describes abortion as a, quote, ritual.
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. What's up, everybody? It's that time once again on a True Crime Thursday. We've got a lot of true crime news to get through throughout the morning. Plus, we've got our poll question, which has to do with cult leaders. I love it. I love it. Happy birthday, Ryan K. joining us for the first time. He's part of the feed. We're going to talk to everybody as we kick off. It's 37 degrees in the Metro Atlanta area. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal. And of course, let's get that voice out there, guys. 78,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across the RyanORadio media page. Oh, yeah. 23 different streaming platforms, including iHeartRadio and Amazon Prime. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. Up in Canada, good morning to them. We are across Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. 25 real and internet radio stations in the Navajo Nation. We're across, of course, 99.1 FM WQEE, Sunny FM radio network dials, and the YouTube page, Facebook, and more. Like, subscribe, and share. We welcome you into my haters. Guess what? I have this to say to you. Don't go out, voice. Yes, indeed. We'll just calm it down a little bit. Go out, voice. Good morning. I am the man around here. Yes, it's good and cool out there, 37 degrees. Yeah, about almost 14 minutes past the hour. We get into the news in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. Woo. And your top and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, and gooey things at all. Mike on the crew can exterminate, laying a smackdown for you. 35 in West God by Virginia. That's West Virginia. 32 degrees in Pennsylvania. I hope I said it right. I tried to say it like you wanted me to. Brew house. There you go. And Pamela tells us it's 32 there. Wow. Woo. Where's your cat? Who's got a cat? What are you talking about? Only 40% watching the Fallout show in the pre-show poll. Have you seen it, Rhino? I have not seen it. I was busy up till the time I came on. Good. We'll say hello to everybody here in just right now. Pete in Noonan. That's right. He said hello to Sweet Leaf and the bunch on the Navajo Nation. Daniel says good morning to all his brothers and sisters in Christ and the Navajo Nation as well. Martin's on with us. Everything. Oh, Minuteman, Mountain Cat. Yeah, I've seen the cat. I love the cat. Great. When I've seen the show before the other day, a couple days in a row. Good morning there, Pete. Good morning to the Patriot. Try to do it right there. Martin, my elder statesman. Let's give him a bow. Up in Washington State. Brew House is on with us after a long night of working. He is with us, Brew House. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Daniel, of course, is with us. Ryan is with us, Ryan K. Happy birthday to him, a brand new listener. Oh, Glory is on with us this morning. Thank you, Oh, Glory, for being with us. Pamela in Pennsylvania. She's having 32-degree weather there. Oh, I thought it was bad here, but there you go. So there you go. I'll be on and off painting day. Yuck. Don't be painting today. You're going to make paintings. You're going to get out there. You're going to make some beautiful paintings there. So today, Pete is going to be an artiste. All right. Which of these cult leaders do you think is the most dangerous? Oh, wow. And Pete said that Charles Manson didn't do anything. He didn't kill nobody. He's innocent. 64% say Charlie Manson. Jim Jones at 9%, David Koresh at 18%, and any other at 9%. That could be any other person out there. Yes. Yeah. I've tried to watch the thing on Netflix about learning how to be a leader in a cult. I've seen the mistakes these guys made and gals. Don't get them too much worshiping you. Take their money. But don't get, I'm just kidding. Oh, Lord. Take their money. Tell them they're great. But don't try to abuse it. There's so many losers that become leaders, like the Nexium guy. So many losers become leaders because they've never had, a chance to even sit down in the same room with a woman. And so they force themselves on them, make them get tattoos on them like the Nexium guy. I've never had a woman in my life. Oh, Lord. I'm uploading Minuteman Radio with higher volumes, so I will be on this profile for a bit. It's an extra for the algorithm. Ooh, there you go. All right. We're going to take a short break. We got news for you this morning. Just want to tell you, traffic looking like this, though, right quick. I want to get a little traffic updates for you. Traffic at I-85 near Beaver Run Road in Gwinnett County at exit 102. The right lane is shut down. Fulton County, there's a crash this morning. Fulton County, there's a crash this morning. Left lane, I-75 southbound near Central Avenue. That's like at 239. DeKalb County, there's stalled in the right lane at I-285 westbound, I-675 exit 52. You're heading in Atlanta or coming through Atlanta for traffic. Boy, it is heavy. Just think when it's not so bad. There you go. That's traffic for you this morning. No traffic issues on Interstate 85 going southbound. Hogansville reports all great and into East Alabama. West Point, though, you get off the West Point turnaround exit there at West Point, exit 1 in West Point. They're working on the exit there. Other than that, everything's all good in East Alabama, too. Back in a moment. Stay with us. We'll got more to talk about. Which of these cult leaders do you think are the most dangerous? Charles Manson, 67%. Jim Jones, 8%. David Crest, 17%. And other 8%. And Brewhouse said he thinks that Charles Manson and Jim Jones are equal, but in their own different ways. Back in a moment.
Morning, and of course, Pastor Jimmy also invites you out because they're transforming life for Jesus' sake. A small plane made an emergency landing on Wednesday near the junction of Neal and Crossing Bypass and Highway 16 after experiencing some engine trouble shortly after they took off from the Neal County Airport. Pilot and passenger are doing fine, but the plane did strike a guide wire near the power line that caused the plane to spin out of control.
Oh, when I talked about an accident, he thought I was talking about the Braves. That's true. Every Atlanta fan knows you're telling the truth. We know our teams are not so great in Atlanta, but at least they all still make millions, right? Who cares if you win as long as you work for the team and make money? Wednesday coming up, I-80's low near 56. Today's Thursday. Pete, you must be getting them fumes from the paint. I knew it was colder than witch's tit yesterday morning. I know that's right. 44 there. Let me write it down. Warmer in Washington State than it is in Pennsylvania this morning. Wow. Yeah.
Sunday mornings, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 6:30 p.m. Transform life for Jesus' sake. Pastor Jimmy Ellison invites you out. Good morning. I'm RyanORadio. Services and prices and Penitentiary offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services plus specific services.
The Great Northwest. Yes, indeed. My co-host on Brewhouse Reviews is the biggest Braves fan, so I'll give him a lot of grief for that. Oh, really? Really, Brewhouse? Well, we always know we got to take grief when we're like that. We're like that meme, Brewhouse. Y'all with the fishermen. You almost got it. Almost. Oh. You're a Detroit Tigers fan? Oh, yeah. Well, aren't you a Detroit Lions fan too? Pamela, you need to be my weather girl, Pamela, for my show. In 98, the Braves best the Rockies. It was Atlanta. Deion Sanders was on third, took home plate for the win. I was sitting in the 8th row behind the catcher at that game. Awesome, oh glory. So you're all Detroit fan. You're Detroit Pistons, Red Wings. Awesome, Brewhouse. How do you think they're going to do this year, the Red Wings? Brewhouse is a big Detroit fan. Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, oh my, and the Pistons. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. It's still about 37 degrees here, 34 where inside the building where Pete is at, 41 in Atlanta, and that's your time of temperature. It's 44 in Washington State where Martin Moore is. That's right. Our elder statesman, 32 degrees in Pennsylvania with our weather girl, Pamela, and 35 degrees in West Virginia. So there you go. Time and temperature brought this morning by Active Pest Control at 24 minutes past the hour. Radio News Time. It is Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, gooey things at all. Mike and their crew can exterminate and lay the smackdown for you. Our poll question's up this morning. It's True Crime Thursday. We're going to be talking about more of the active shooter guy that we told you about a month ago, the young man. Now, I'm not giving the 14-year-olds. I know it's been everywhere. But professionally, he's 14, so I'm not, even though he's being charged as an adult, I'm not going to give his name, but I'm going to talk about his father, the Gray. Colin Gray, we'll talk about that this morning, was in court yesterday, and we'll tell you what's going on there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, some true crime. A guy in Texas City, Texas. Is that it? Make sure it's Texas City, Texas. Texas City, Texas is in custody for allegedly killing his mother. So I guess he's not a Norman Bates. We'll get into all that later on this morning. Truck driver Terry's on with us. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's a good AM from Fargo, North Dakota. 51 degrees and very windy day there. Ooh, it's colder in the south than it is up in the northern part going towards Canada and everywhere. Wow. Got a warm front in there. The high for here this afternoon in Pennsylvania is going to be 60, says Pamela. That's going to be our new weather person. There you go. She was keeping us up to date last week, or was it before when, of course, the hurricane was going through Hurricane Milton. So she was doing a fantastic job. We'll appreciate all of our great listeners here. All right. Which of these cult leaders, this is a True Crime Thursday, do you think was the most dangerous? 57% saying Charles Manson, Jim Jones at 14%, David Koresh at 21%, and any other. I'm going to put the NXIVM guy in there with a lot, any other from, over in China to people who came over here to America, to people from New York came down to Atlanta. There was a guy here that held kind of a feral type place. Wow. Ooh, they just didn't know how to be good cult leaders. They're all in that 7%. In my opinion, being a good cult leader means this. Don't make the same mistakes the rest of them did. Terry C says it's colder in Minnesota than it is North Dakota. Wow. 35 degrees in the war room this morning, says Minuteman Mountain. There you go. So there you, wow. Let me go ahead and tell you. Yeah. I'm going to tell you how to be later on, we'll get into how to be a successful cult leader because I've watched it all on the Netflix. There you go. And of course, Netflix is coming up in March of 2025 with something I'm going to enjoy, and I need to wear that shirt tomorrow. Iron Maiden, buddy. Iron Maiden, his documentary is going to be on there. If you're a big metal fan like I am, some of you guys are, some of you are not. Iron Maiden, but you grew up, you know who Iron Maiden is. Most of you Generation X guys know who they are, and gals. They're going to be on, there's going to be a documentary on Iron Maiden coming up March of 2025, and I got to check that out. Ooh. Also, there's some new stuff coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen, amazingly on Netflix, but also CBS tonight is back with a brand new series. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a good night of CBS programming, and we're going to tell you about that here in just a few moments. Heater by your feet. Oh, there you go. Drinking some Jameson. That's what's keeping Martin warm this morning. Maybe, guys, if you get your good cup of coffee, since it is morning time here in most of the states. In the States, it's morning time. Get your good cup of coffee. Maybe your energy drink. Hey, moonshine. Hey, whatever wakes you up. That'll keep you warm. Martin, I know you do your Jameson, but hey, in the mountains and in the South, they love their moonshine here. And I don't even drink, but I do. I know that. I'd sell moonshine. I'd have a moonshine sponsor in a minute, buddy. I'd have a moonshine sponsor from the Moonshiner Show in a minute. Colder than the well diggers, you know what, says Old Glory. It is. All right, but we'll talk a little later on how to become a real good cult leader and not fall into what these guys did. Coming up tonight on CBS, it's Georgie and Mandy's first marriage following Georgie's father, George Sr., passing away off of Young Shelton, which was a spinoff from Big Bang Theory. Georgie and Mandy, his wife, who, of course, is older than him, they have a child together. They move off together with Mandy's parents to help raise their child. New adventures coming up, 8 p.m. on CBS tonight, followed by an all-new, I think, third season, maybe fourth season of Ghost, which was a show that was taken from an original UK show, Ghost, where a couple owns a bed and breakfast, and the woman ends up banging her head somehow and seeing the ghost that lived there. So that returns this season. And Matlock, I know that my brother Shane, our movie reviewer, is like, I don't like that because of the name. But Matlock, starring Kathy Bates, is coming out tonight as well, 9 p.m. And that's all going to be on CBS. It's not Matlock. She takes his name. She references the show. She says her daughter was a fan of the show. And we'll tell you, you have to get into it. She's a real life lawyer going into a firm. And I think she's kind of spying on them what it is. It's kind of a cool little way that they're putting it. So get ready for that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's time for us to take a break. SRN News time coming up for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary at 31 minutes past the hour on Sunny FM Radio Network. And you got us all over WZZV, WZEV 90.5 FM in Lineville. Good morning, Lineville. You guys are an hour behind us there in Lineville. You're going to catch up in about an hour. All right. Also, WZZV Victory 100.3 in LaGrange and WVEQ joining us in November in Lynette, Alabama, Sunny FM there. And we're the WQEE 99.1 FM in Metro Atlanta and Atlanta. It is the key. We are the Sunny FM radio dials. Get ready. Stay tuned. More on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. Look at that weather forecast is after this. Following our news break, news every 30 minutes on the hour. I had to turn the heater on too. I couldn't believe it.
Scott tells the Salem Radio Network the hardship has been most severe for those with low means. And like the poorest family giver the most. And for many, that means losing their homes, simply not built to withstand all the powerful forces that accompany a Category 3 hurricane like this.
We got a lot of flooding. We got a lot of wind. So there are a lot of people who manufacture homes that got hurt.
Thank you, Terry C. I appreciate it. I'm trying. Trying to get better and better. I'm warning all my guests that we're going to be adding more and more to the morning show as we expand. Fred, thank you, brother. I appreciate you being on from Japan. Konnichiwa. I know you're American, but I know they say konnichiwa because we have a listener from Japan as well. Kiko is her name. She follows. Of course, I got a lot of people from Japan that like me because of the long hair. Metal. They love rock and roll over there. I am doing great. Fred, thank you for asking, brother. Hey, it's Martin DeLoach. We ready for gold and silver? Yes, I am. Yeah, I know you're originally from New York. New York. Love New York. I got a friend that lives on Long Island, Ian Holt. He's a director. He's an author. He's done movies and stuff. Well, wrote movies and stuff. And he was on with, if you guys remember, Yo MTV Raps on MTV with that Dr. Dre and Ed Love. They used to have a radio show in New York City, and Ian was on it with them. He actually introduced them to me. I was like, what? Wow. Spoke to him one day. Yep, the MTV Raps guys. The Ed Love, I spoke to him one morning. I had Ian on because he wrote a book with the great grandson of Bram Stoker, another called Dracula a few years back, and I had him on the show to talk about a few things, and he was directing different movies and stuff. And he had one movie he was doing with Mickey Rourke and Lindsay Lohan was in it. So I was like, oh. And he said he wants to be on the show to talk about that new movie that Kevin Costner's in. So we'll try to get him on. I got to watch it first. Cowboy movie. Nope, not dissing on New York accents. Nope. Love my New York people, Brewhouse. Sorry. Don't think I don't. Mine comes out big when I get excited or angry. I love it. Oh, so when your wife or girlfriend gets you excited, it comes out very. Used to drink with Dan Reeves from ESPN Radio. Awesome, brother. Oh, Glory. So, Glory did some sports stuff back in the day, hung out with some sports people. We have 2 Ryans and 2 Martins in the house. That's what Pamela says. So I just used the last initials for one of your names. There you go. Somehow you knew I'd go there, Brewhouse. Hey, you're the one that said it's excited now. I had to, bro. It's just having fun. But no. Fred is originally from New York and working in Japan. Fred, just let you know, my show's expanding on all the radio networks that's owned by this company. So you'd be proud of me too. Y'all coming unhinged there, said truck driver Terry. Yeah, you threw that out there for me to hit it. Captain Hot Buns. Gotta keep my voice going so that I don't get too loud.
Are you looking for a dog trainer?
Thank you, Fred. I appreciate that. I try. I'll keep getting better for you. Hot Buns in the house.
On your Facebook page. Rosemary has extensive certification in dog psychology, is an AKC certified evaluator, and Victoria Stillwell certified training team. Check out Bullpen House Facebook for more information. Rosemary wants to remind you to
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, Fred. Whoa, that's awesome, oh glory. The only thing you left there was your accent. I wouldn't mess with the Jersey people, but no, I don't want to. Coffee gets cold too fast. I know. Well, Martin, you can put, never mind. Just try to help you. Welcome back. Maybe I should get that little thing song. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning to Captain Hot Buns. Can't really do it too much. I don't want to run that voice out when I got another day this week to do the show. But Captain Hot Buns. There we go. I got it in. So welcome in from Arizona, Captain Hot Buns there. Fred from Japan. He's originally from New York City, but working in Japan. Thank you, brother, for being with us. You're on the Sunny FM radio networks. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary, waking you up in style about 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're holding it still, I'd say 37 degrees in the metro Atlanta area, noon, and 41 in Atlanta. And in other parts of the country, we're holding at 44 degrees in Washington State, 32 in Pennsylvania, 35 in West Virginia. And I think about near 51 in North Dakota, according to truck driver Terry. Those are some of the temps around the country and your neck of the woods. And, of course, just like Willer Scott would say, we want to say a big happy birthday going out to Ryan K., who's on here with you. Happy birthday to you, Ryan K. And happy 101st birthday to Miss Ruth in North Dakota. I mean, happy 101 years young to Miss Ruth in North Dakota. Young folks don't know what that means. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, brother. I'm happy you mentioned me. You're very welcome. I'm on TV and watching RyanORadio Penitentiary. He's got the Minuteman radio playing on TV and watching RyanORadio Penitentiary. We got to connect it somehow there so I can get Patriot on. All right, guys. Later on, we'll open up the phone lines. We also got true crime. We're going to do a true crime story. A 30-year-old man from Texas City, Texas, is in custody after allegedly killing his mother. Don't know why. Also, a man from Louisiana is behind bars after him and another man invaded a home in Michigan. And a former Fort Moore, formerly known as Fort Benning in Georgia, employees behind bars. But and also judge denies Diddy. Diddy's not going to get any kind of pity. Diddy's not getting any pity. About time those criminals out there that go after people and use them and abuse them, the Jeffrey Epstein types of the world, get no pity. 20 years ago, everybody was getting pity. Oh, it's all right. It's all right. The guy on that 70s show, it's all right. Now he's behind bars. Even his friends in the Scientologists weren't able to get him. Now, I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying they weren't able to get him out of trouble. You know what I'm talking about, Hyde? Yeah. But we're going to talk Diddy. But first, right now, this is the important news story coming out of Georgia for me. And it was across the country. A grand jury yesterday set to consider charges yesterday for the son and father who are both accused in connection in the last month's deadly shooting in the metro Atlanta area of Appalachian High School in Barrow County. I'm not going to say the name of the kid because even though it's out there, it's everywhere. You guys do know it's just an old radio profession for me to never bring up the kid, even though the kid is going to be charged as an adult. I'm still not going to bring the name up. The 14-year-old has been charged by law enforcement with 4 counts of felony murder, police. He bought a AR-style rifle, supposedly an AR-style rifle, we'll say, allegedly, with him into school. We know he shot somebody with a gun and killed 4 people, 2 students, 2 teachers to death, 9 others were injured, opening fire with an AR-style rifle. Colt Gray, the father of the 14-year-old, 54, has been charged with 4 counts of manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, 8 counts of cruelty to children. Police say he knew by allowing his son to have access to this style rifle that he was allegedly going to use it in a shooting. I don't know if he knew his son was going to allegedly use it in a shooting, but police are saying that they're in that area. Police have said the young Gray will be tried as an adult, and he was booked in the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. So there you go. All this happened yesterday in court. We know this happened a month ago and everything. And I know everybody knows the name. It's just that as a professional back in the day in radio, and some of my old news directors would be spinning in their graves if I brought the name of a 14-year-old. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning from the friendly skies. From the friendly roads. What's up, my brother?
How's it going, truck driver Terry? How you doing, brother?
Well, mostly doing without. You know how we do out here.
I do. I understand. I know how you're doing out there.
Hey, I want to chime in. Can I chime in on that story just a minute?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Well, it might not be popular opinion.
Right.
But I agree 1,000% that the family or the dad needs to be held accountable. How severe?
Right.
Accountable. Make it hurt him a little bit. Make it so that he won't
Just a
do
little
it
bit.
again. We got to lock up our firearms. We got to, but check this out. How can they charge a man with being, how did you say it? Basically,
8 counts of cruelty to children?
Yeah. 8 counts of cruelty to children. And they're going to try this guy as an adult. I ain't got, I know it's just the verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
Martin D being the lawyer,
He'll know more.
know better than me.
Yes.
But I tell you, just on the surface, they have made it out. I heard it when it first started.
Right.
They've made it out to be all about the bad father and the bad gun.
Right.
What about the demented kid?
He was messed up. He was messed up.
The kid, it goes back to our social racism. We don't know how this kid was
raised. Exactly. Exactly.
Not good, but you say that it could have been raised perfect.
You never know.
Family might have done all they could, and he still went south. But I don't know. I guess I get more aggravated. People talking about the guns this, guns that. A gun by itself don't do nothing. It's no worse. It's
exactly.
No worse than a big old stick,
mm-hmm.
a hatchet.
Oh, that's worse.
They don't.
That's worse.
About that, and
that's worse.
That's a more heinous crime to chop somebody up than it would be to. But
yeah.
Anyway,
Lizzie Borden.
I get a little aggravated about that. I guess my whole opinion is, the guy needs to be, the kid needs to be charged with whatever they can throw. As a matter of fact, they just need to take him out back,
Yeah, that's what they used to do to us, truck driver Terry. But
anyway, other than that, I think the gun laws. We've got enough gun laws.
Yeah, we do. They're strict already.
Let's start holding people accountable.
Thank you.
That does
Exactly.
A little bit, and send him on his way. But other than that, you know, and send the kid that shot up that high school or that school, send him away forever and ever, amen.
Exactly.
So,
well, you know, it goes back to mental illness.
It's one of those things that everybody will have their own opinion.
Yep.
You know, I used to say this in school.
Right.
When I was driving a school bus in Louisville, Kentucky, Jefferson County, I used to say this.
All right.
We've got plenty enough rules and regulations and laws.
Right.
Let's start holding people accountable.
There you go. I believe I am 100% for that, brother. You and I are always on the same page.
That just beat my call a little bit. Oh, just let y'all know too. You know, we're talking about how expensive freight is.
Right.
Well, over here in North Dakota, I go to this place called Dakota Paper.
Right.
And it's a lot like a Cisco or something. They take the cleaning products that I deliver here, and they put them on routes, and they go out and sell them to the community and stuff like that. So, but just to get the trailer unloaded, because they don't unload their own trailers, they hire a lumper service.
Okay.
That's the people that goes in and unloads your trailer for you, right?
Right.
So this morning to unload about a half a trailer, now it's a 53-foot trailer, but half of my trailer is going to cost the company $350 more.
Whoa.
And that's cheap. I've been to a candy warehouse before that charged over $1,000.
Whoa.
Just to take it off the truck.
Man.
No, boys and girls. Terry C ain't going to be pulling it off the truck.
No, I don't blame you.
But I'm just saying, everything's got a cost, brother. And that's what we're saying. If we can get the fuel down.
Yes.
And we can get the transportation costs down.
There you go.
Then our stuff will go down.
Well, when that pipeline opens back up, everything will be good on that.
Drill, baby, drill.
There you go, truck driver Terry.
All right, brother. I'll holler at you, my friend.
Sounds good. Thank you, brother. Take care. Bye. Truck driver Terry calling in this morning. I agree 100%, ladies and gentlemen, as we headed to the break about the last part there. And back to this. Yeah, this 14-year-old is going to be charged, just to let you guys know, with 4 counts of felony murder. And, of course, the father is being charged. I agree that the father needs to be some kind of punishment. We start holding parents accountable for what they do with their kids. And I'm going to tell you something. This does go back. There's a lot of people out there, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not just people throwing out defense for their so-called guns. There's a lot of mental illness out there. I am seeing a lot of stuff firsthand and a lot of people. I don't know what we're doing to people to cause these people to happen. There's something more to this kid's mental health issues. He was already thrown out of 2 schools, guys. It's the second school he was in. So there was a lot more to this guy. He was already kind of a bully himself. So I think we need to get more. We've already got enough. I agree. We already got enough stricter gun laws, and I don't want to offend anybody because that is, asking about the gun laws. I don't want to offend anybody on that. But mental health issue needs to be our number one thing. And I see parents taking their kids to therapists and everything. A lot of good parents are doing that. Get your kids out there. Not just the young ladies that are having problems because some guy's messing them over at 14 and he's 15 or 16. Take your young men out there. Get them all. It's a good way of taking care of yourself. Mental health illness. And, of course, if you need anything, any kind of help, 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. That's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Back in a moment.
Jump out as well. What happened to the first inning? When RyanORadio dropped the sky-high pop-up, enabling later Torres to score from third.
Not enough gods in school. Yeah. Mental and physical and spiritual help. It's not all about mental. It's a lack of spiritual. Yeah, that's another thing. I agree with you, Patriot.
The National League Championship Series resumes tonight at Citi Field as the New York Mets host the LA Dodgers in Game 3. The series is not at
No, there's still mental health facilities open, Martin. The problem we have is we're not taking our kids to all these. There's a lot of it everywhere. I know every other street in this area where I'm at, all the way down to, I go from Noonan to Peachtree City. There's nothing. There's a lot of these facilities. This card I got sitting in front of me came from, and I got a lot of material over here. We just have to take our kids there. We just have to take ourselves there too. We just have to get ourselves mentally and spiritually, I agree with you, fed. It's out there. All you got to do is go do it. You got to get mentally and physically fed. You got a stepdaughter, they won't treat her. Why won't they treat her? Is it because of insurance? Well, I tell you what. Look up Dr. Louis Boynton, my therapist that comes on the radio dial here. And look him up, Martin, or look it up on the Facebook page. You'll see his stuff. You can email him, and he can get you the right people. Because he's been all the way to the state for mental health issues here, worked with the state government. He has Psychology Today. He writes articles for that and knows people around the country. That's one of the reasons I have him on every Wednesday. Besides being a great client. But try that, Martin, my brother. Mind, body, and soul. If you teach there is no soul, atheist, there's a part of the child groom. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. There should be abilities to help out somewhere. Like I said, I tell you what, I'll get some information from Lewis and get it to you, Martin. He'll know somebody that can get you something close to you and help your stepdaughter out. What's up, Road Tide Randall? Brother, man. Your team's in action against Tennessee this week. It's going to be a tough one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a night it's been, or what a morning it's been. Guys, stay tuned. We got news at the top of the hour. Every 30 minutes, there's news on the RyanORadio Penitentiary and the Sunny FM radio dials. Good morning, Sunny FM. How you doing this morning? We'll appreciate all of the listeners. Like, subscribe, and share. Road Tide Randall is in the house. And, of course, it's True Crime Thursday. Which of these cult leaders do you think was the most dangerous? Charles Manson taking lead at 50% of the votes. Jim Jones, 20% of the votes. David Koresh, 20% of the votes. And, of course, with NXIVM's leader and everybody else in there, the woman that thought she was God or whatever, got us 10% of the votes. Every other cult leader out there. We're going to talk about how you can become a cult leader without falling into their stuff. Stay tuned. Also, this morning is True Crime Thursday. Judge denies Diddy has no pity on Diddy. No pity on Diddy, baby. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it's currently a couple minutes away from the top of the hour. We're still holding at, 37 degrees in the metro Atlanta area of noon, and 43 in Atlanta and 40 in Lynette, Alabama, as you guys are tuned into the radio dials there. You're in the Sunny FM radio network with the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Patchy fog this morning and some frost taking us through the afternoon. Patchy frost will be possible through the morning with sunny skies and 60s by the afternoon. It's going to be 60 where I'm at. It's already 50 in North Dakota, 51. Wow. Stay with us more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on. You and I and me and everybody else knows what's coming up. We've got news on the hour, every 30 minutes, news for you. Stay with us. Back right after this. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host, Ryan Neal, and you're listening to us on the Sunny FM networks, radio networks.
Show in which we talk about things that can help you improve your life, improve your mental health, and help you to get your life back in balance. Our goal here is to provide information that's both scientific and prolific. So join us here.
Hey, sports fans, it's Ron.
What did Randall say?
Host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here.
Uh-oh. ABC, good morning to you, brother. Thank you. Welcome back. You voted Charles Manson. He is kind of a weirdo.
That's the Ron Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
All news, Sunny 98.7 FM, WVEQ, Atlanta, Alabama, twice important communication and family radio stations, along with WQEE 99.1 FM.
I'm going to ask Lewis about that, or I'm going to ask a few other people too. We have enough there. I know Lewis writes with Psychology Today, which gets across this country and everything. So I know he's going to know something. I want to see what I can do to help you out, Martin. I want your stepdaughter. She's a sister in Christ. We want her taken care of. That's why I have a lot of therapist type programming on this station, because I believe in it. I've been seeing a lot of young ladies be abused too. And that's what makes them have these problems. Amen. Thank you, Gail. Ain't Chucky dead? Who's Chucky? Oh, Charles, yeah, he's dead. But he come back from the dead, according to the American Horror Story.
Still, County Elections Director Kim Melbourne believes turnout this year will be strong. Early voting and election, just as it was years ago.
Everybody has that spirit of it's my bride and it's my vote.
2020, 65% of North Carolina voters statewide cast ballots in person during voting. For NPR News, I'm Rusty Jacobs in Durham.
Former President Donald Trump faced a grilling on immigration, the economy, and other issues Wednesday at a town hall event hosted by Univision. Here's what he said about Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio.
They're looking all over for interpreters. Well, I think you can't just destroy our country. It's, maybe some people disagree with me, but you can't put in a very short period of time 32,000 people into a 50,000 people town and expect things to go well.
Trump also called January 6th.
Oh, man.
When hordes of his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol, a day of love. Several dozen aid trucks have entered Gaza for the first time in several weeks, but the United States says it's not enough. The Biden administration is threatening to withhold some military aid to Israel if the humanitarian situation in Gaza does not improve. NPR's Michelle Kellerman reports.
A top United Nations aid official says the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, Captain Hot Buns. I don't mean to irritate you that way, brother. Sorry. Yes, you can. Sorry. When I'm thinking, I just do that. Sorry about that, brother. Yeah, did you get your heat on, Gail?
Israel's ambassador accuses Hamas of looting aid. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the state.
Use code NPR for 20% off.
Experience the difference at Southern States Bank.
Okay, no problem. I just didn't want it being something that might be irritating to you. What's the hardest song ever played on drums? Well, a lot of songs that have different parts in it, you know. Anything by Slipknot. And when I was first starting to play, some Rush stuff was hard. But then when I figured out he was actually playing all the drums, I sat down and took a composition book and wrote down, all right, tom, this, that, and the other, how many times this was played. So I figured out how to play Working Man. But I guess a few years ago, when I first started playing, it was Working Man by Rush. Yeah, Randall, of course. Yep. I was so proud when I learned that song, went into a band rehearsal and played it. And they were like, whoa, we can do a Rush song. I was like, yeah. Probably one right now, but I said, yeah. But you could love AC/DC. Don't want nobody to get mad, but AC/DC, you can learn just about every AC/DC song in about 2 or 3 hours. You could be an AC/DC cover band or a tribute band like that. I like YYZ. I love YYZ too. That's a great song. Have you ever seen the Viking drummer YouTube guys should do some drum shorts to get some more subs? Just thought, yeah, I should do that. Yeah. Well, I added some of my stuff where I played with on the YouTube, on the RyanORadio page here. I added some stuff years ago where I was playing with some bands back in the day. But I'll probably do recent stuff, yeah. There was one where I played that Jimi Hendrix song with the guys from Count 77, Danny the Count Coker's band. John Zito was the guitar player, and Barry Barnes was the bass player.
Hi, this is Art Soriano, asking you to tune into Let Go Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
Did you ever get your heat up, Gail?
Discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go Let God Sundays at 9:30 a.m. right here.
Queens of the Stone Age. Love them. No heat yet? Wow. 46-2 by Tool. Love Tool. Love Tool. Got to meet their singer when I was on the road with Green Jelly in Arizona. All right, here we go. It's that time again. Oh, I'm awesome, right? At least RyanORadio Penitentiary is. We're on the Sunny FM radio networks at 9 minutes past the hour. Still at 37 degrees here in the metro Atlanta area. Noon and 40 in Lynette and 43 in Atlanta. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Welcome into the RyanORadio Penitentiary, and we appreciate all of you wonderful people. Have a good night, Brew House. We appreciate you, brother, for being with us. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page there. Also on the Facebook page. We're across the shoutcast at 78,000 plus of you tuning in to the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Also streaming on 23 plus different platforms, including iHeartRadio and Amazon Prime, plus Spreaker with the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Finally, we are not finally, but we're also across Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. 25 radio stations there, internet and real. Also, ladies and gentlemen, hold back. We're on the British Columbia Isles of Canada. We're everywhere you need to be. Got to say hello to a few of them in a moment. And we're on the Sunny FM radio dials, our home location in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan, WQEE, WZEV in Lineville. They're an hour behind us there. WZZV in LaGrange and WVEQ, Lynette, Alabama. They're joining us pretty soon. All right. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. We appreciate all you guys being with us. We'll ask the core question in a moment. First, good morning, Sweet Lee, Sue, Tim, Bob, Rodney K, and all of you on the Navajo Nation. Let's go over here and take a look at our friends on the British Columbia Isles of Canada. Vicky, Helen with an E, Alice, David, Michael, and Tom there this morning. Moving on over to Diana and the boys in South Wales. Good afternoon to them. Also, good afternoon to Robert in Australia, down under his part of Australia. It was where he's at. Also, hold on. We got to say hello to Kiko in Japan. Konnichiwa to her. And it's late night there, overnights, after midnight sometime in New Zealand. So Sarah Bear and crew are listening to us. And her crew is also the same crew you have, Gail, in the zoo crew. She's got a crew of animals as well. Later, Bruce. See you, brother. Have a good night. Rotide Randall is with us, as well as Gail and the zoo crew. Little pig, let me in. Mother hair on my chin attention. There you go. Got to say that. All right. 11 minutes past the hour. Which of these cult leaders, this is a True Crime Thursday, do you think was the most dangerous? 48% say Charlie Manson, old Chucky. 19% say Jim Jones. 19% David Koresh. 14% any other. I'm going to tell you how, before the end of the show, how to become a cult leader without messing up like them. Exactly. All right. Let's take a look at some of the news around the nation in just a moment. Hey, guys, give me a big hello there in the feed. Like, subscribe, and share. And, of course, you want to help brother out, $RyanShelander. That helps brother out. Gets me a good cup of coffee, maybe a pizza or something. Be nice to do that. Have a good piece, pepperoni piece. So help it out. There you go. $RyanShelander, RyanShelander. All right, let's jump into it. Couple of newsworthy notes here this morning. U.S. warns Israel that it must take concrete measures to improve its humanitarian crisis in Gaza in the next 3 days or risk losing military assistance provided by Washington. That's the IDF minister. They warned the IDF minister about this. This is coming to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. Also, Zelensky pitches a plan for victory in war against Russia to the Ukrainian parliament. Lyft is going to offer discount rides, guys, to the polls on November 5th. So get those. This is a way to get out and vote in person. And you're like, hey, I can't get out. I don't have a ride. Lyft is going to have discounted rides going into there. It's one of the most important elections of our lifetime, and they're asking you guys to get out. So please do. Please do. Daniel said, hell yeah, I loved green jelly back in the day. Woo! I played with them a few years back, buddy. So now you know that I got a little bit of a name. I was one of their mini drummers. You know who their original drummer was, guys? Okay. He's a tool. That's all I'm going to say. Or was he in a tool? Yes, yeah, both. All right. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo Bills traded Cleveland Browns. We heard about this yesterday from our listeners. Wide receiver Amari Cooper and new Raiders minority owner Tom Brady could help select and get the future quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. And there's also rumors that he could bring Bill Belichick in as a head football coach. Do you think that would be a good idea? Daniel says, you get cooler every day. Thank you. Ryan, you get cooler every day. Thank you. What do you guys think? You think Bill Belichick, before we head into the news here, do you think Bill Belichick could head out to Las Vegas since he is not with anybody right now? Do you think that Tom Brady could talk him into coming out there and being the head coach at the Las Vegas Raiders? Maple syrup. I'll have some maple syrup on pancakes. There you go. Apple syrup sounds good too, Martin. I don't know if you guys, what are you guys talking about? But I'm getting hungry. Any news on the singer death? No additional news on the singer's death. We'll talk about the One Direction singer dying. Thank you for bringing that up, Gail. That's covered up a little later on too. But what do you guys think? I want to do this little sports right quick. Do you think he would make a good selection? Man, I've seen Photoshop pictures of Tom Brady with the Mark Davis haircut. I laughed so hard. Yeah, I know, right? Well, you know, he's a minority owner for the Las Vegas Raiders, minority owner of Las Vegas Aces women's basketball, WNBA basketball team. The Raiders are not doing good this year. He's going to be bringing in quarterbacks possibly. So there's opportunity. And Tom Brady also is, you know, he's doing all this talking, you know. He's a sports analyst. The Faders are going to suck anyway. Woo, says Daniel. Yeah. One Direction band member. He jumped from a third-story window in Argentina. Yes, he did. I don't even know why he would do such a thing. Well, maybe possessed by the devil. For those of us that believe, probably possessed by the devil. So. The rest of you think we're crazy because we're saying that. That's all right. Yeah. We'll go ahead and be crazy. But we will keep. That's it. That's what happened. But what do you guys think? And Daniel says they're going to the Faders are going to continue to be sucking. I think you could bring Bill Belichick in. I just don't know if Bill would want to move his family out there at his age. He's doing a lot of commercials. Tom Brady is good friends with him. They trust one another, so it would be a trust thing. And the Raiders wouldn't need to pick up some pretty good players. I mean, my Falcons bringing in Kirk Cousins, and look what happened to us this year. Am I saying we're going to win a championship? Probably not. But am I saying we're going to have a good year? Yes, indeed. I need Bill in Dallas, says Terry C., for the Cowboys. Bill Belichick in Dallas for the Cowboys. That's been another rumor that's been going all over the internet, the interweb. But Bill Belichick hates Mark Davis. That is why Daniel says he don't think he'll go out to there to join the Raiders. But would he work for Jerry Jones? Could he get along with Jerry Jones? With Jerry Jones recently getting asked the hard questions about his team not looking so good on a Dallas Cowboys radio network show. And he told the host, if you don't stop asking me these questions, I'm going to fire you. So, and we know Bill Belichick is the type of guy that, like, once he takes over the team, he's in charge. Doesn't matter. I don't care that you're the boss. I'm the boss on the field. That's what you pay me to do. So I don't know if Bill Belichick could get along with Jerry Jones either. So there you go. Oh, I'm not going to say that yet. Nobody gets along with Jerry. That's true, Cherry C. Nobody gets along with Jerry. And Jerry threatened his own radio announcers when they were asking the hard questions, and they weren't really that hard of questions. Don't you ask me that, you'll be fired. But he won't fire nobody in the coaching staff with the way they're looking. All right, we're going to take a break. Back here in a moment on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. Sunny FM radio network continues.
Transform life for Jesus' sake. A small plane made an emergency landing on Wednesday near the junction of Newton Crossing Bypass and Highway 16 after experiencing some engine trouble shortly after they took off from the Newton County Airport. Pilot and the passenger are doing fine, but the plane did strike a guide wire near the power line that caused the plane to spin out of control. FAA along with
Jerry needs to fire himself. Yeah, as the GM for sure, and just stay as the owner. TMZ is saying that Randall, not sure pictures of the room showed dope. Sad thing he has. Yeah, drugs can get you in that situation bad. I mean, I don't think Randall's too far off, even though he's like kind of making into it, but he's not too far off about what kind of guy this guy was. We'll talk about that. That's a true crime.
Over $5,000 worth of merchandise. Didn't work out too well for her. Police say the suspect spoke Russian. Anyone with any additional information, please contact Detective T. Dalton at 678-673-5399 or Dalton at newtonga.gov. Well, go Cougars this week. Newton Cougars are in action as their big homecoming game.
Gravity is amazing. I know, right? I'm never going to test gravity, guys. Oh, I got to get that news story in for the. Liam Payne is his name. Liam Payne. He was in pain, all right. Better not say it like that on the air.
Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control must be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, find, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control.
Dude, Vegas drummer. Ryan O'Neal, Vegas drummer, Las Vegas drummer, or Ryan O'Neal radio. It should come up. Because when I was out in Las Vegas, I called myself Vegas drummer. Or just put drummer. Or you could just put drummer beside my name, Ryan O'Neal drummer. I got more images than anything else. What? What? Let's see, let me put this in here. And it took me off. There I am. There's plenty of pictures of me. Put Vegas drummer in there. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. We welcome you back into your hometown radio show. Well, that's an old picture of me with the mask on. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, if you're tuning in. Sorry. Yeah, they were asking me that. Patriot was looking me up on the internet. All right, let's jump back into it. Some headline news for you this morning at 23 minutes past the hour. Liam Payne, 31, from the band One Direction, dies in a fall in Argentina. Payne, who was one of the group's outstanding singers, fell from a third floor of a hotel. Emergency services were called. He rose in fame as a singer-songwriter for the British group One Division, one of the best-selling boy bands of all times. Died after falling from a third-floor hotel room on Wednesday at age 31. His death was confirmed by the director of emergency services there, and the circumstances of the fall are unclear at this time. One of the songs that made number 4 on the Billboard charts, What Makes You Beautiful. Wow. He didn't fall, he jumped. That's what Terry C said. He didn't fall, he jumped. According to the news reports, he supposedly fell, but I believe he jumped as well. Suicide is a terrible thing, guys, especially this time of year. I think he wrote the song Free Falling. Ooh, no, that was tough, Petty. He was pushed as nothing but trouble. Well, we've seen documentaries and we've seen movies on superstars that didn't do what they were told. He could have been on the Diddy freak off list. You never know. And I'm not being derogatory, but that could have been one of the reasons this happened. And there's some terrible things that happen to people and everything. Thank you, Randall. He said, sent me another Jim. So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with this. No additional details right now because of this fall. We know he's got a son, 7-year-old son. We're going to pray for the family and everything. And I'm not going to question the idea that he jumped or question the idea that somebody pushed him, because in the as big as you get in this industry, sometimes if you say no to the wrong person, things can happen. And it's not just, quote, the old mob would do that kind of stuff. The mob don't do that kind of stuff just to everyday people. They do it to each other, but not everyday people. So we're going to put the mob out of this. It's not them, but it could be whoever's in Hollywood. That could happen. Maybe Diddy. His girl had went home. Maybe Diddy. Not true, Bolly. Bolly said Terry can push too. Push it. Push it good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not making fun. I'm making fun of what these guys are saying on the YouTube page, guys. But I tell you what, it is a sad situation this morning. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with that. And also, guys, authorities in Nashville, Tennessee have arrested 2 suspects accused involved in the gang-relating shootings that killed 1 person and wounded 9 others at that Nashville parade last weekend at Tennessee State's parade after the parade ended. Both men are 24 years old. One is D. Anthony Brown. The other one is Marquise Davis. Both have been arrested in connection with the shootings last week at the Tennessee State homecoming parade after the parade was over. But Argentina can say gang rampage. Oh, that's what they say it is. Could be. Could have made somebody mad. Well, I'm not gonna throw doubts off on any of you guys with different thoughts on this, because any of those solutions could be real. Right now, they're just reporting it as he fell. Of course, that's coming from Argentina authorities. But he could have been pushed, or he could have jumped and committed suicide. We know this time of year, and it doesn't matter how much money. We all say, hey, if we had a lot of money, we'd be happy. Doesn't always mean if you got a lot of money, you're going to be happy. And this time of year, for sure, I just want to throw this in the silence, learn more, and find support. If you need National Suicide Prevention Hotline, right here, the number is 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255 if anyone needs it. We're going to give that number out all through the holidays for you. All right, we're going to head into the news break here. For every 30 minutes, a big news break on WQEE, WZZV, WZEV, and WVEQ. Of course, the Sunny FM networks. We're bringing you all the news you need to know. All right, right quick, ladies and gentlemen. DeKalb County crash in the center lane at I-285 outer loop at Covenant Highway exit 53. some delays there this morning. That happened about 34 minutes ago. Also, ladies and gentlemen, traffic is flowing steady at I-20 near Boulevard in Atlanta. Stalled vehicles, I-20 westbound near the Boulevard, exit 59, 2 center lanes. Use Memorial Drive if you got to get to work today. Other things going on, I-285 Jonesboro Road in Fulton County. A rollover crash happened there in Interloop before Jonesboro Road, exit 55. Everyone moved to the right shoulder. That's going on. Nothing heading in the southbound lane going towards East Alabama. If you're getting off exit 1 there in West Point, of course, it's going to be a new roundabout type of situation there. Other than that, nothing major going on. All looks good in southbound lane. Northbound lane coming to Noonan looking good as well. All right. Darwin Award is what Martin says. Wow. The truth got lost in translation, right? Oh, yeah. I could have seen that. It did. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned. More on the way. 29 minutes past the hour. Let me tell you what the degrees are saying. 35 degrees in West Virginia, 32 degrees in Pennsylvania, 44 in Washington State, 37 right now in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan, 40 in Auburn, Alabama, and Lynette, Alabama, and 43 in Atlanta, North Atlanta. That's your time and temperature. And it's your radio time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Stay with us. Right now, it's time for the latest from SRN. On the sunny FM radio dials, you're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Stay with us. More on the way. News every 30 minutes. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Put that in. That was in the. They put that little piece in the Civil War song by Guns N' Roses. Patriot, you still there, or did you leave me? Because I didn't have a big. Patriot, you still there? Did he leave? Oh, there you go. I don't like it any more than you do. Okay. That Guns N' Roses song is a good one.
Stopped an election hand count requirement. In Georgia, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney has blocked a rule that says paper ballots must be entered by hand after the polls close on election day. Early voting opened Tuesday in the state. McBurney wrote that the rule passed by Georgia's election board last month is too much too late and blocked its enforcement while he considers the merits of the case. The hand count rule and 5 other recent election changes were challenged in a lawsuit by the election board in Cobb County. Georgia's Secretary of State has said the rule was passed too late for his office to provide meaningful training or support. A lawyer for the state election board argues that the process would take extra minutes, not hours, to complete. I'm Jennifer King. Federal Trade Commission and News.com.
Time for your East Alabama West Coast weather forecast brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan.
Oh, you switched back, Patriot. Okay.
A freeze advisory is in effect this morning for a few hours. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day, though. High near 66, winds light and variable.
There it is, right there where I wanted to go. This new way of setting everything up is easy now. I got it all set up now.
43 light and variable winds. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday on college football Saturday. High near 73. East northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour.
Whoa. What was that?
43 on Saturday night. The winds are light and variable. By Sunday, sunny skies. High near 76. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies and cold again on Sunday night with a low near 43. Light and variable winds. That is your East Alabama, West Georgia weather forecast.
66, but my butt is 44. Where's 66 at? Who has 66 degrees?
Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your partners. Our team is deep
That's the weather forecast for going to be for today.
Personalized service. Come to Southern States Bank.
I know. Bolly's here. What's happening, Chad? I'm confused. Me too. What'd you hear wrong?
The women on the View. Who would have ever believed the three angriest people on television?
No, the weather forecast is for the day, if that you heard that. It's not what it is now. Or if you heard something else, I don't know.
It's a laugh out loud night of top locality, impressions, and brand new parody songs.
Terry's cracking you up. Truck driver Terry cracks everybody up.
That's Saturday, October 26th at the Raleigh Point Grill in Woodstock. For tickets or more information, visit newspaperline.com or call 678-829-SHOW. That's 678-829-SHOW.
Got some crazy stuff on here.
Our services for no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Are you looking for
Going back to the job site, says Daniel. There you go.
to help you bond with your new furry friends, or to have customized training in your own home, or wonderful group classes? Check out Vincent on their Facebook page. Rosemary has extensive certification in dog psychology, is an AKC certified evaluator, and Victoria Stillwell certified training team. Check out Vincent House Facebook for more information. Rosemary wants to remind you to adopt, help, child, save a life at Coweta County Shelter today.
Only 5 by 6 by 145. Okay. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. What's up, sports nuts, inmates, and more? You're in lockdown. Help a brother out with $RyanShelander. All you can do is drop a few dollars in there. Doesn't really matter. RyanShelander. Be part of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. All right, which of these cult leaders do you think was the most dangerous? Right now in the lead is Charlie Manson. Hey, crazy Charlie! 50% of the votes. Jim Jones got 18% of the votes. You know, he was just praying for his flock. And, you know, they, instead of using wine and crackers, he used Kool-Aid and acid. I don't know, or whatever. Kool-Aid and he's got 18% of the votes. David Koresh, who was like, hey, look, I can't get a woman to like me whatsoever. I tried to play guitar and she still didn't want me, so I became a cult leader. 18%. I'll tell you what his mistake was later on. And 14% of you, boom, 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 saying other. Thank you very much. Get into this morning. Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope everybody's having a great day. ABC is with us. Time me. I appreciate everybody being with us. Let's jump in a couple of news stories. We're going to do it throughout the morning. True crime as added on this True Crime Thursday. And, of course, we have great guests. But today, Elizabeth Sarles won't be with us till next month, so we'll get her back in. All right. Wow. What a morning it's been. Martin Deloach from Texas is with us this morning, and everybody having a good morning with us. Time to have some crazy stuff. We think other things are crazy. Here's what's really crazy. A 30-year-old Texas City, Texas man is not Norman Bates, who loved his mother. Maybe he dressed up like his mother if she's dead. I don't know. All right. He's in custody after allegedly killing his mother and walking into a fast food restaurant, Wendy's. Good morning, Crispies, or afternoon to you over there in London. His name is Jonathan Taylor. No, not that Jonathan Taylor, not the actor. On October 9th, Jonathan Taylor walked into a Wendy's, wanted to get himself a Frosty and maybe that new SpongeBob Krabby Patties sandwich. I don't know, you know. I mean, killing always works up a appetite, right? Anyway, he had stab wounds all over him. And then, of course, the people at the Wendy's are like, I don't know if I want to serve this guy. He's got blood all over him and stab wounds. Somebody called the police. Well, the police came and he sat down with them and he told them, well, somebody robbed him. Makes a lot of sense, right? No, he eventually admitted that he killed his 68-year-old mother, Regina McIntyre, and her body was found on the floor of her home, and she was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead later on. No reason why Jonathan Taylor killed his mother, Regina McIntyre. No reason was given. I guess you wouldn't give him any money because he wanted to go to Wendy's and get that new SpongeBob deal. Mom, I want my SpongeBob. I want to get my Krabby Patty. Look, you're 30 years old. Why don't you get your butt out of my house and get a job? No, I don't have to. My name is Jonathan Taylor. I'm famous like the actor. No, you won't even go to work at Wendy's. I'm hungry. I want to go to Wendy's. Give me food. And that's probably how it happened. I'm making fun of him, not the situation, guys. Just to let you guys always make fun of the morons that do stupid things. Not people who do things out of uneducation. This guy killed somebody. So, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. And remember, happiness. Got to do the happiness thing. All right. Wow. So there you go. In formerly known as Fort Benning, Fort Moore, Georgia, an employee over there pleaded guilty to possessing child pornography on his phone. 37-year-old Terrence Taylor faces a maximum of 20 years in prison to at least 5 years to life after he gets out, so supervised release, and also got a fine. The GBI was called in to investigate because he is an employee at Fort Moore, and they discovered Taylor was a user, and he admitted to having this disgusting material on his phone. You know, he was arrested. Also, GBI, along with Harris County Sheriff's Department, investigated and arrested him. This is the area, guys. Harris County is the place where a few years back on To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen was in Harris County doing a lot of, they were catching the predators that were coming to this house in Harris County Sheriff's Department. It was like 25 people. I remember reading at another radio station I was at, reading the 25 people that were arrested. And some of them are from Georgia, but some of them come as far as from Mobile, Alabama. So this is the place where Catch a Predator was at. Well, of course, this predator is scheduled for January 28th, 2025 to be in court. Patriot says, still Fort Benning to me. I will not be woke canceled. Well, they changed the whole town to Fort Moore now. But we're used to calling it Fort Benning in our area too. So, and everything. So people still say that, and everything. Not in a sense anything except for it's just what they were used to saying. ABC. What did you have to say? Let's go to the phone lines and the line lines on our stream sites and see what some ABC from Russia says. This guy's he says, well, Squidward did say he'll kill for a Krabby Patty right now in an episode, but I don't think he meant it literally. Yeah, I know, right? Well, this guy did the one we did, the Krabby Patty guy did before. So that's a couple things going on there. Also, a judge denies Sean Diddy Combs bail ahead of the trial. And this is coming after more people are coming out to not only accuse, but also have lawsuits against P. Diddy. So there was no pity on Diddy from the judge. He's going to sit behind bars there. Leonardo DiCaprio, we told you, left the country. Dude was on the Epstein's list and hanging out on the Diddy list. Diddy asked Leonardo DiCaprio, he says, hey, draw me like one of your French girls. Hey, yo, Leo, draw me like one of your French girls. Oh, Lordy. P. Diddy or Diddy? P. Diddy and Diddy. I'm what? I'm effed up. Yes, he is. Went there, the Fort Benning for basic training and jump school. Well, cool. You wasn't but about 45 minutes away from where I live now. Patriot, we're so close around. All my listeners, we're just all connected. It's just wonderful. Wonderful how connected. We're going to talk about authorities recently arrested 2 people in connection with the death and dismemberment of a 51-year-old woman whose remains have not been yet found in Castle Rock, Colorado. After the break, guys, we'll talk about that. Oh no, my food eaters just left me, Pete. Oh, your dog, your cat. Oh, come on now. All right, we're going to take a break. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Our poll question this morning, please answer it. Which of these cult leaders, it's True Crime Thursday, do you think was the most dangerous? Charles Manson is in the lead right now. Charlie, 48%. 24% going to Jim Jones, the pastor that everybody followed all the way out of the country to Jonestown. David Koresh, who was a wannabe rock star, who became a wannabe rock star preacher, 16% of the votes. Yep, where Gene Simmons says he had this many women in his life. David Koresh actually said, hey, if you can do it, I can do it better. I'm going to one-up you. 16% of the votes and other 12% of the votes. How can anybody let their wife be with them? Not a very good cult leader. I'm going to tell you later on how to be a good cult leader. Saw it on Netflix. Back in a moment. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary right here at about almost 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We're currently holding at 37 degrees under beautiful sunny skies in Atlanta. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary on the Sunny FM radio network.
15 minutes past the hour, it's time for Sunny FM Radio News, brought to you by Newman City Church, 17 First Avenue here in the Metro Atlanta area of Newman. Every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. services, 9 a.m., 10:30 outside, and 6:30 p.m.
Oh.
Kids. 17 First Avenue, transforming life for Jesus' sake. Take a look at what's going on here in Newman.
Love that Southern drawl. You're welcome, buddy.
A person of interest who allegedly stole credit cards from a woman's Foot Locker at the One Life Fitness here in Newman.
I am working diligently on that, ABC. I've already told the guy that owns the station that we need to be doing trying to figure out a way to get international calls in for you. I'll let you know for sure, brother. As this show is going on all the stations, so. Wait a minute. That's not the right news.
Sunny FM high school and college football report. I'm Ryan O'Neal. The Georgia Bulldogs are on the road this weekend to take
Crawdaddies for sale.
Biggest game of the year.
Diligently. Nice word choice. You're welcome. Diligent.
With the 5-1 Georgia Bulldogs at 3-1 SEC play will take on the #1 ranked Texas Longhorns, 6-0 and 2-0 in SEC play at home for the Texas Longhorns, 7:30 p.m. They are a 4-point favorite in that game, but the Bulldogs have something to say about that. The Auburn Tigers take on the Missouri Tigers this weekend. War Eagles hope they can come out on top and be doing what they're supposed to do. The Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Tennessee Vols. Will we see the Crimson Tide of old, or will we see the Crimson Tide of the last couple of weeks? Tough game ahead for the Crimson Tide. The Points Gods, 12 p.m.
Ain't no mud bugs in Washington. Got sidetracked again. Good morning to everyone. Haven't said it yet, too. Said it, too. see East Coweta in Sharpsburg. Lovejoy's in town for Noonan's homecoming as the Noonan Cougars play host to them. Well, Langston Hughes is back in Noonan this week after defeating the Cougars last week. They've got Northgate Vikings on the docket. Harris County takes on Central and Carroll. Jonesboro takes on Griffin. The Callaway Cavaliers will play host to Pike County. And in True County, it is the battle of True County between LaGrange Rangers and the True County Tigers. Rival game week for both teams. Northside takes on Stars Mills. All right. Let me write that down, Patriot. Jordan takes on Hardaway. The landmark Christian War Eagles with coach Tommy Lewis hit the road against Whitfield Academy, 5-1 on the season. Lafayette Christian takes on New Creation Christian Academy. The Valley Rams on the road in Alabama against Hopeville. Springwood Wildcats take on Macon East and Montgomery. Randolph County takes on Chillsburg. Beulah is off after their big win. Looks like they're heading to the playoffs. The Net Panthers on the road against Horseshoe Bend, and Woodland takes on Fayetteville of Alabama. That's a look at what's going on with your Sunny FM high school and college sports report. I'm Ryan O'Neal.
Ready to earn some sweet Southern rewards? Check out the Southern Rewards Cashback account from Southern States Bank, where debit card transactions earn you.
France has gone full Islamic. For real, Bolly?
$30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards Cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. Visit your nearest branch or check us out online at southernstatesbank.net to learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards. Equal housing lender member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
Wow. Georgia ain't south enough. South enough. What's that? Georgia ain't south enough. What's that mean, Martin Deloach? You picking on me, brother?
Show in which we talk about things that can help you improve your life, improve your mental health, and help you to get your life back in balance. Our goal here is to provide information that's both scientific and prolific. So join us here.
Hey, sports fans, it's Ron Peterson here, host of the Ron Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day.
Oh, here we go. Let me pull the you in the chat for deep prayer. Last week I was bitten 2 times. I'm still in the hospital. The Brown. Okay, we will definitely do that. Yes, we're going to pray for you. I'll come back and that'll be the first thing I do. Let's pray for nothing but trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're about almost 10 minutes away from the top of the hour. Still a little bit of time left with you. I'm going to drop in another true crime story before we head into period number 3 to the final period on this True Crime Thursday. Friday, we'll have a good time. We're going to do Lot Lizard Chronicles tomorrow. We're also going to be having a few other things in store for you on a TGIF Friday. Get ready for the weekend ahead. It is going to be Football Friday, so we're going to get ready for some NFL action and college football for the weekend. Nothing but trouble is asking for our prayers this morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to do this. Deep prayer, guys. She was bitten last week twice. She's still in the hospital she was bitten by a spider. And in the back of her neck in one place, she's still pretty bad. Brown. In Jesus' name, we're going to pray over our friend, Nothing But Trouble. And we're asking everybody in the chat to pray for spider bites, deadly spider bites are not good. But Jesus, we know that you're going to protect our sister here. You're going to make her come out of this well. You're going to help the doctors get the right thing for her and help her out. And we pray and we put her in your hands, Jesus. Put her in your hands. Put her in your hands, Jesus. Put your arms around her, protect her as she's in the hospital. In Jesus' name, we ask you to protect her and bring her out of this at 110% and get her back to being her, nothing but trouble. In Jesus' name, amen. Woo. Bali says he's scared of big spiders. I am too, brother. Oh, wow. May it be so. That is correct. All right, guys. We definitely do that for our listeners. So if you're tuning in for the first time with some Victory, you're probably going to be cool with that because you're all good at that. We know if you're tuning in for the first time, we know that Lynette's going to be the one that's going to tune in for the first time, and they'll be all right with it too. But those that are not, hey, that's what I do. Amen. I have black widows all around me, says Martin Deloach. Amen. Thank you, Bali. Thank you, ABC. Thank you, everybody. All right. Let's get back to it. A few more minutes left this hour. Castle Rock, Colorado authorities recently arrested 2 people in connection with the death and dismemberment of a missing 51-year-old woman whose body is still have not been located. According to an October 15 press release from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Daryl Weekly is his name, from Castle Rock, Colorado. August of 2019, Kimberly Bell was reported missing by her sister, but investigators found very little information or evidence surrounding her disappearance. Weekly said the cold case teamed up together over this, and back in 2021, officials learned that in July 22nd, 2019, that Javar Martel and Jennifer Brumer, who were known to Bell, were inside her vehicle in a parked structure. Brumer allegedly worked with Bell, and they had lived together. Wow. Martel and Brumer recently opened up, reportedly dated at one time, and according to KUSA, they were driving around in a rental car to shop for a brand new car. And I guess after Bell had totaled hers, quote, quote, totaled hers, what? Following Bell's death, Weekly said Brumer and Martel drove around Denver area with Bell's body in the vehicle. Wow. Even purchased gas for a rental car. Martel is being charged with murder, while Brumer faces charges of being an accessory. They still haven't found the body, though. Wow. That's going to be hard to prosecute. They said they hadn't found the body, but the body was in the back of the car. So I guess when they got rid of the car, they got rid of the body. Ooh. That is pretty damn scary is what I'm going to say. Yes. I'm just going to put it out there. Pretty damn scary. Or I should say very scary. It's disgusting. Yes, it is, Daniel. And I'm looking at this guy. And he looks like the kind of guy, little skinny guy. Got his little mustache, his little beard, probably thinks he's a little Satanist or something. I'm a little Satanist, guys. I'm a Satanist. And they bring him up into jail and be like, hey, boy, come over here. Bend over. We're going to make you a Satanist, all right? Yes, I'm making fun of them. They killed somebody innocently and did something. Anybody who does that, it's just there's something wrong with them. Nothing but trouble. Oh, she's explaining her situation. All right, guys, stay with us more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary does cruise on this morning. You're inside the Sunny FM radio networks, and we appreciate all of you guys being with us this morning. Don't you dare move away from that radio dial. We got headline news coming up at the top of the hour from NPR. News every 30 minutes on the network, and we'll get you more true crime stories today. 770-347-9947. We'll do some open phone lines in the final period, and we'll talk more true crime news for you. And if you got something you might want to talk about, remember, keep it clean. We got all that. Like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube page and all of that. Which of these cult leaders, or our poll question this morning, which of these cult leaders was the most, do you think was the most dangerous? Charles Manson's got 48% of the votes. Jim Jones, 24% of the votes. David Koresh, 16% of the votes. And other at 12% of the votes. You guys stay with us more on the way as the RyanORadio Penitentiary cruises on the Sunny Radio Network.
That he disagrees with the White House demand Israel do more to safeguard the flow of aid to Gaza. I think it's a foolish policy. An effort, he says, to win more Muslim support for Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. I think it's going to lead to perverse outcomes. We've seen again and again that whenever this administration pressures Israel, Hamas.
Oh, there's people. There's people. He's got some of his people still there, or what? Indiana Jones people. Oh, Indiana Jones. Yeah, I told about that yesterday about the Indiana Jones guy.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with?
Ooh, I got 2 teenagers we got to get down to. Terry C, we need some old fashioned taken to the old shed.
Good morning, Pepper. What's up, beautiful people? She says.
Good morning, Pepper. How you doing, my friend?
Most valuable smiles in downtown Eatonton to lock in these exclusive deals. 706-623-0318 or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
The all-new Sunny 98.7 FM WVEQ Atlanta, Alabama, choice Jordan Communication and family radio stations, along with WQEE 99.1 FM, sports and talk, the key in Newton, Georgia, and WZZV, Victory 100.3 FM.
Hello.
Yeah, you want a real true crime, huh?
Sure. We're at break, but you can go ahead and give me one. Everybody can hear it on the YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I was saying the other day, if you know what a directional mic is.
Yep.
Well, a directional mic, is what we use in the Navy and the military, all throughout, as well as the cops said it's the new form of wiretapping.
Okay.
The problem is it's a violation of Title 3 of a 1968 Act, Omnibus.
Okay.
Stopping Act
Mm-hmm.
is what it's called. If you're using that without a warrant.
Wow. Well, yeah, they do that. I believe it.
68.
Yep.
Like I said, we had that technology a long time ago.
Oh yeah, they've had technology long before they released it to us.
But now they made it even more, because what the thing is, like I say, you can pick up the conversation from 10 days ago.
Well, I think they got ways.
At the windows or that glass part of your front door.
Right.
Or that big glass door behind you. That sliding glass door.
Right.
It's the glass that vibrates. It's not the walls that talk.
Oh, there you. Okay, that's cool. Wow.
You have a good morning. I gotta go.
All right, brother. Thank you. Have a good morning, Martin. Martin D with us this morning. That was a good one.
The Biden administration is threatening to withhold some military aid to Israel if the humanitarian situation in Gaza does not improve.
Aid official says the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza is under siege. Only a trickle of aid has gotten into Gaza so far this month. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield says a policy of starvation in northern Gaza would be, in her words, horrific and unacceptable.
The government of Israel has said that this is not their policy, that food and other essential supplies will not be cut off. And we will be watching to see that Israel's actions on the ground match this statement.
She says food and supplies must be surged into Gaza immediately. Israel's ambassador accuses Hamas of looting aid. Michelle Kellerman, NPR News, the State Department.
U.S. futures are flat and after-hours trading on Wall Street. On Asia-Pacific markets, shares are mostly lower. This is NPR News.
For 20% off.
Ready to earn some sweet Southern rewards? Check out the Southern Rewards Cashback account from Southern States Bank. Your debit card transactions earn you cash back. With our Southern Rewards Cashback account, you can earn up to $30 a month. Sign up for your Southern Rewards Cashback account today. Terms and conditions apply. This is your nearest branch. Check us out online at southernstatesbank.net. Learn more. Southern States Bank, your bank, your rewards. FDIC, NMLS number 41061.
Good morning, Karen. Karen, how you doing this morning? Good morning to you. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, Daniel. I was one of the many that got to play with him after he decided he was going to not have a permanent ban. So yes, but it was fun. Good morning. Good morning. I enjoyed it. Hello? Oh, I'm not doing good. Why are you calling me? But I told you guys not to call me. Please, I told you not to call me. I don't have money. I'm poor. I don't have any money. You do not need any money to buy these. But you guys keep messing with me. It's a $0 plan. But you keep calling me, and I tell you not to call me. I apologize, sir. Yeah, but you guys are con men. I know I did the same job for years. I conned people out of money. I won't take any of your money. It's a $0 plan, so you do not have to pay anything. Yeah, but your mama's a donkey. Yes, sir. Your mother's a donkey. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. AI. Is that what this is?
Hi, my name is Molly.
Hey, Molly.
How are you doing so far?
Not too good, Molly, because I'm tired of you guys calling me. Just, can you take me off your list? Watch her.
I am calling to let you know that the government is giving you...
Yeah, but I don't want to talk to you, Molly.
Any cost to you. So do you currently have any government or state-provided housing?
I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. Take my number off this list.
All right, well.
See if she apologizes.
If you are interested in getting the subsidy...
Must have been a real person because usually the automation goes, I am sorry, we'll take you off this list. No, the donkey, he didn't hang up on me. He kept talking to me after that. I just went to the next call. Two of the con men called me at the same time. At the same time, I'm in witness protection. I'm going to use that one next time. Here we go. I had one cuss me out yesterday. Guys, it was funny. He just was like, "You're not understanding. This is a scam call." I called him back and he answered. I said, "Why are you guys calling me?" He said, "This is a scam call. Maybe it's a scam call. I'm sorry." I was like, "Well, why are you calling and scamming me?" You don't understand. I said, "I do understand. Don't call again." And then somebody else called right after that. And he wanted to start talking some mess. Like in America, you get fired talking like that in a call center.
You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, the key in Newnan, Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. It's the final period of True Crime Thursday. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary and lockdown with yours truly, Ryan O'Neal, on the Sunny FM radio networks. It's about 9 minutes past the hour. We're up to about 38 degrees now in my area. The sun is shining out there. Beautiful sunny day in store for you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. 78,000 plus of you worldwide listening to us on the Shoutcast Shout It Out Loud across the RyanORadio media page. Earth Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, Navajo Nation, 25 different radio stations there, ladies and gentlemen, real and internet. We're also on RyanORadio Penitentiary, brings you media page, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, and 23 other different platforms in the streaming world. We're on the YouTube and Facebook, as well as the Sunny FM radio dials from Newnan to Lynette. Very soon in Lynette. Lineville, you guys are an hour behind us right now. You'll get caught up in about an hour. So maybe all the news last hour get caught up with you this hour. Phone lines will be open this hour a little later on. But I tell you what, thank you guys for tuning in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. And we got a few things we're going to talk about. We got our more true crime to talk about this morning, with our top true crime story, and so much going on in the news. You can use news every 15 minutes, really news every 30 minutes. And actually every 15 minutes, we have news for you in the mornings. Every 15 minutes, we have national news. We have stuff that's going on in East Alabama, West Georgia, 15 after. We've got national news at the top and bottom of the hour. So we've got news and every 15 minutes with everything right here on RyanORadio Penitentiary and Terry C's back. And right here on the Sunny FM radio dials on 4 networks, radio networks, the Sunny FM network, the Sunny FM network from Newnan to Lynette. That's right. We're adding more and more ABC. I'm on 25 different internet and real radio stations. I don't know exactly how many of which are internet and which are just actual stations out there. They just told me total. So I didn't ask any questions when the Navajo Nation, when Earth Rock Radio Navajo Nation put me on, I didn't say, could you tell me the exact key demographic? No, I'm just like, thank you for putting me on. But yeah, there you go. And I know you're like, whoa, 25 radio stations, 25 stations. Yep. Did I say testicle? No, I didn't say testicle. I just now said it when you put it in there. Oh, I've been watching a comedian called Bill Barr. Bill Barr. This dude goes after everybody. My kind of comedian. Everybody. My kind of comedian. All right. Anyway, let's jump back into it. True crime. I don't. That could be true in New York. Not Bill Maher. I'm talking about Bill Blar. He's a comedian. He produced F is for Family cartoon. He goes on everybody's show and embarrasses everybody. He talks about everybody. He makes fun of everything from the left and the right side. My God, a comedian. Somebody that makes me sit around and go, there is real people in this world. All right, let's jump back into it. All right, time for some more true crime stuff. Rotide Rental put something on the page. Check it out, guys. Also in Taylor, Michigan, here's another one. Truck driver Terry needs taken to the woodshed. A 13-year-old girl was taken into custody over the weekend after she allegedly killed her younger sister she was babysitting. On Saturday, September 28th, the girl's parents left the home around 11:15 a.m. and had their teenage daughter look after their 7-year-old victim. The 7-year-old victim, at one point, the sisters reportedly got into an argument, and it was about flushing the toilet. When the younger sister was in the bathroom, the teen allegedly fatally stabbed her using a butcher knife and a hunting knife. What? Why would she do that? Where did she get that idea? The 13-year-old reportedly called her father about the incident and contacted the police at 1 p.m. Police arrived and found the girl suffering from over 10 stab wounds ranging from her head to her neck down to her midsection. EMS transported the girl to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased. According to the Detroit Free Press reports, the Wayne County prosecutor officials office is charging the teen with first-degree murder and felony murder and first-degree child abuse. She will not be tried. This one will not be tried as an adult. No names are being given out at this time. Wow. There is absolutely no doubt that the facts in this case are horrifying. It is beyond disturbing that the alleged person responsible for the stabbing to death of her own 7-year-old sister is a 13-year-old. And that's what Worthy County prosecutor Kim Worthy said. Wow. Sad. Another one needed to be taken to the woodshed guy. A 14-year-old also wanted to go back to England where her mother was at, fatally beat her grandmother who's in charge to death. She's being charged as an adult. Kids are getting outrageous. And where's Cher at? I need Cher in here. She'll say, what's wrong with these kids today? Arguing with a 7-year-old, no. I got a 6-year-old in my life. I can argue with him. He's smarter than me. Poor girl. And in Florida, Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, prosecutors announced this week that an underage suspect will be charged as an adult after allegedly fatally beating her grandmother several months ago. On May 23rd, actually about 12:26 a.m., the Sheriff's Department and Fire Department from Broward County responded to a home after a man said he went to visit a friend and left his mother, a 79-year-old woman, with his 14-year-old daughter, identified as his 14-year-old daughter. When the man returned home, he reportedly discovered his mother was unresponsible on the floor from bruises on the body. Paramedics checked her into the local hospital, and she was pronounced dead. She was death by homicide. The 14-year-old was reportedly taken into custody the next day. On October 2nd, a news release states that the state attorney's office announced that the judge found probable cause for this woman, this young lady. We're going to call her. We're not going to call her out by name. It's already in the feed. You can see it and everything. But I don't do that because my old news directors would be rolling over in their graves, and some of them are still alive. You never do a child under the age of 18, they say. The 14-year-old was reportedly taken into custody. If convicted, she faces up to 15 years in prison. However, due to her age, she may face a sentence under the juvenile justice system. See, that's why right there, I'm not saying the name, because it could be in that situation. A family friend told the local television station that she'd been going through a lot because she wants her mom, who's in UK right now. She couldn't get over there to see her. I know that you want your family, but just really, it's hard, and divorce is hard on all kids. So much evil in these worlds nowadays. Yes, Daniel. Fred said, rolling, keep on rolling. People have lost their minds. Yes, truck driver Terry, exactly. Wow. There's a look at that. We're going to take a break. More on the way, ladies and gentlemen, on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. News every 15 minutes now. We're currently holding at about 18 minutes now. We should have been 15. We 3 minutes late, but that's all right. 18 minutes past the hour. Currently holding at 37 degrees in the metro Atlanta area, Noonan, 40 in Lynette, and 43 in Atlanta. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. You're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary in lockdown on the Sunny FM radio networks.
I'm Ryan O'Neal. News brought to you by Noonan City Church, 17 First Avenue.
People have lost their minds.
4 services every Sunday morning. And of course, Pastor Jimmy Elson.
I know. I got it. It's a requirement. I got to play it every 30 minutes, the top of the hour news. And when I got guests, I don't have a guest today to talk and skip this portion. It's just a requirement by the company to expand my show. So. Wow, I can't believe these kids are killing people. That's why I didn't bring her name up, because she could face a sentence under the juvenile justice system. So, You waiting for that to happen, Martin?
Downtown Noonan, 5:15 will be the start time of the parade, and a pep rally will be held right behind the parade at Greenville Street Park. Come out, enjoy it, and go Cougars. That's a look at your Sunny FM radio news, sponsored by Noonan City.
Wow.
17 First Avenue here in the metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Sunday mornings.
We're going to Ohio next. Crazy Ohio. Maybe.
Experience the difference at Southern States Bank. At Southern States Bank, we're not just your bankers, we're your partners.
Wow.
We take pride in providing personalized service. Come to Southern States Bank with great service.
Hunker in the bunker.
Check us out at southernstatesbank.net. Southern States Bank, your community, your bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 410611.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan.
Are you looking for a dog trainer with positive reinforcement to help you bond with your new furry friends, or to have customized training in your own home, or wonderful group classes? Check out Pits and Pals on their Facebook page. Rosemary has extensive certification in dog psychology.
Get this.
Is an AKC certified advisor.
There we go. We got that. That.
Check out Pits and Pals Facebook.
Got to put spots in there paying. Almost the center of the country. Yes, it is. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, 23 minutes past the hour. Still holding at about 37 degrees here. Your time at radio news and weather time. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, and good things at all. More true crime news for you this morning. Right here. Which of these leaders, cult leaders that is, do you think is most dangerous? Charles Manson, 44%. 26% Jim Jones, 19% David Koresh, and 11% other. I'm going to tell you in just a few, guys, how you can become a cult leader without falling prey to what these guys did and others. First of all, you just can't be a loser to be a cult leader. Come on. If you're a loser, you're going to become a cult leader. You're going to end up like the rest of them. Let's go to Ohio. God, so much going on in Ohio. Oh, my goodness. A 37-year-old mother of three will spend the next 4 decades in prison for killing her husband. Well, he really was going to be her soon-to-be ex-husband with the help of her lover and her mother. Ooh, her lover and her mother. Are they one and the same? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So 3 people come up with an idea. 37-year-old Amanda. She thought it'd be a good idea to kill somebody. Ryan's on a killing spree. Not me. I'm telling about these idiots killing. It's True Crime Thursday. Without a guest, we usually talk about all the deaths and stuff. We guessed one particular person, but hey. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Northern District of Ohio announced October 1st that the judge sentenced this woman to 40 years after she pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including using a controlled substance to kill her husband, Timothy, back in 2022. The defendant will also have to serve 10 years of supervised release and pay over $2.1 million in restitution. She don't even have it. You don't want to be a cult leader? Come on, Pepper. I'm going to tell her about it. What's up, McGee? How you doing, mate? I hope you're doing well. Well, she didn't want her husband, soon-to-be ex-husband, to see his kids is basically what this was. Beginning denying her husband visitation with their children fall in the year despite a court order permitting him to do so. Timothy was eventually granted visitation in April of 2022 after filing multiple motions against his wife, and a judge later ordered that he became the residential parent and legal custody of their children for 2 months in the summertime beginning in May. Why did she want to let her kids out of us? I guess she hated him so bad. I don't know what it was. But, hey, her lover and mother injected her ex-husband with tranquilizers to keep him from seeing the kids so he would die. And that is the end of the story. Ohio. Good morning, Cher. How you doing this morning? Welcome into the feed. Like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube page. 27 minutes past the hour still, and we're at 37 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Good morning, Cher. Truck driver Terry. Pepper, just don't drink the Kool-Aid. Pepper says she don't want to be a cult leader. Well, I'm going to tell you. I got it coming up after the break. After our next break, we're going to have for you. I'm going to tell you how you can become a cult leader. Watching it on Netflix, of course. And the best ways of not doing this, guys. The best ways. By the way, just to let you know, we're just a few weeks away from November 5th, the November elections, I should say. I'm just going to say the November elections. And Lyft is offering discount rides to the polls. For those of you who say you can't get out there to the polls and everything, Lyft drivers in your local area are going to be offering discounted rides, as Lyft is going to be offering those discounted rides for you to get to the polls to make your vote be heard and count. Some early voting has already happened in Georgia. Early voting is happening in North Carolina. Pennsylvania is another early voting state as well. Everybody's having early voting states as well, but some of your main, I would say, battleground states are actually having the opportunity for you to have early voting. So go ahead and get out and do what you need to do. Want to be a cult leader? Call yourself a pope, says Randall. That's a good one. Not too bad of an idea. But I want to get that in there to you. And also, ladies and gentlemen, a little WAEW review. A little AEW review for you. That's all I'm going to say. A little AEW review for you. All right, we'll get that. We'll get a short AEW. Plus, I tell you, CBS has got brand new series coming out, and I'm going to check them all out. Got to check them all out. We'll talk about who, what, when, where, and why, what's going on. Daniel says, yep, Martin, the queen of the penitentiary, is in the house and has the timeout button warmed up. Are you talking about Andrew Blondes here? Pepper says, I know, right, Daniel, there. That's who I choose. The man allowed his followers to make their kids drink too. And the one lady back in the state that stabbed her kids for his beliefs. You're talking about Jim Jones. Which of these cult leaders, as we head into the break, do you think was the most dangerous, ladies and gentlemen? Charles Manson, 45% of the votes. Jim Jones, 28% of the votes. David Koresh, who, wanted to be a wannabe Gene Simmons. And, he made everybody get a divorce, and he took all their wives as his. 17% of votes. Next to him, who forced himself on women, Ginky High, is part of the other, and many others. 10% of the votes. Back in a moment.
I'm Tasha Stevens. Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott says a lot of people in the state are still hurting after being hit hard by Hurricane Milton.
All right, let's see here.
Simply not built to withstand all the powerful forces that accompany a Category 3 hurricane like this. A lot of flooding. We got a lot of wind, so there are a lot of people need to manufacture homes. They got hurt. Scott also says that it storms of recent years, not the least of which was Category 4 Hurricane Helene just a few weeks ago. Live, real quick.
Also, this on news.com, Increase in Politics and Economy Survey shows 41% of Americans say inflation is their top economic issue this presidential election. More than half of those surveyed think the U.S. economy is headed in the wrong direction. Most Americans polled say Trump would be the best for their personal financial situation, inflation, and the economy.
Not in our preview. We already saw that. There we go. Ain't I pretty, Pepper?
Federal Trade Commission making it easier to cancel digital subscriptions with final click to cancel rule. This is the Sun News.com.
It's the last carnival of 2024, the Neal Fall Festival presented by Jordan Communications in the Oak Mill Parking Lot in Neal, Alabama, November 12th through the 17th. Free admission, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Merry-go-rounds, family, kid, and adult rides, wristbands active. The Neal Fall Festival presented by WQEE, WZZV, WVEQ, November 12th through the 17th. Be there.
Thrills and chills. Stay tuned. Too crowded for me, Mark. What?
Superior Gas Inland Net is your full-service propane dealer serving residential, commercial, agricultural, and recreational propane. Full selection of generators, heaters, gas logs, and fireplaces. They're located at 752 North River Avenue, Lynette, Alabama. Open 9 to 5 daily, and their phone number is 334-644-4306.
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen. Can I keep the voice coming up and down? Got my coffee to keep me awake here. Hopefully you got your Red Bull or your energy drinks or your coffee, or if you're in the South, your moonshine, whatever's waking you up. We're all good with that. Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. We'll do a review coming up of AEW last night as John Moxley talks and riddles. Adam Cole is back. Shelton Benjamin's debuts on AEW, beating Low Rush. All that's good stuff coming up. It is True Crime Thursday, so we appreciate you guys being with us. And our poll question this morning is, which of these cult leaders do you think was the most dangerous? Charles Manson, 45% of the votes. Jim Jones, 28% of the votes. David Koresh, who had a lot of children by all of his followers' wives, some of his followers' wives, 17% of the votes. And other, which includes Nexium's leader, who's sitting up there behind the same jail cell in the same facility with Diddy. After the stuff he did, and it's been like, he didn't do anything wrong. He's got a bunch of actresses following him. And many other cult leaders. So I watched this months ago on how to become a cult leader. And they were showing all these different people what not to do. Let's put a cough drop in her buttocks and play video games. The voice of Granny from Squidbillies. Rotide Randall, you just made a fan of you just now a fan of this whole company. Sunny FM. Yeah, you're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary, guys, on the Sunny FM radio network. And I am from Noonan all the way to Lynette. Stay tuned. All right, let's jump into it. I can tell you how to become a supreme leader. Oh, be a white supremacist, you'll be a cult leader. Molly, you can do that too. They've got their cult leaders too, don't they? But let me tell you how to be a cult leader in the proper way. Don't be a geeky guy that's never, ever had a date in your life, okay? Don't be a David Koresh who learned how to play guitar and failed in bands because he wouldn't listen to the drummer. I mean, if he'd listened to his drummer, he wouldn't have been a cult leader. He'd have been a musician. He might have not got the best women as a musician, but he wouldn't have got somebody else's wife. Well, he might have got somebody else's wife, but the other guy wouldn't have liked it. He'd have took him out in the parking lot. But hey, and don't utilize the Bible and say, hey, this is all right for me to have this many wives. Oh, Lord. So, but they had like 10 episodes of different people, from David Koresh, Charles Manson, to some guy here in Atlanta that brought a modern day version of Egypt, and he was part of some group out of New York. And they did disgusting things to people. Also, not only don't date other people's wives, don't date teenagers. That's where all these guys go crazy, and they kind of like also a guy we got, I guess you would call him a cult leader, the guy out there with the Mormon leader guy, the Jeffrey guy. Now, if you're poor like Charles Manson, do you utilize your intelligence to live in a vacant ghost town? That is pretty smart. But don't go out and kill people just because you don't get a shot. Jeff Warren. Yeah, that's another one. Jeff Warren. He's part of the other cult leaders. He's a cult leader. He's still got people following him. Dating children. I'm just going to put it that way. Because, some of these people. Don't do like him. Don't get mad at society and go kill someone. Or don't have people go. Don't have your followers go kill people. Don't try to portray yourself as a pharaoh like the guy at Metro Atlanta was, and he had control of everybody, and he had many, many wives, and did the Jeff F. Warren thing. Jim Jones leadership. If you're going to start a church, make sure you start it right. Don't get mad when the government wants you to pay. If you're a nonprofit, you don't have to pay. But if you're a for-profit, you're going to have to pay your taxes. So don't get mad when you have to pay your taxes like the Jim Jones of the world. And go, let's just drink the Kool-Aid. And never, ever offer Kool-Aid to your followers. Because they might think it's a little strange after what happened. And that's what not to do if you're going to try to become a cult leader. You need to be able to be married to one person. You need to be able to run that with that person. Make that, if you're a guy and you're married to your wife of many years, let her be your queen and you be the king. If you want to run it like a kingdom, that'd be great, but treat your subjects respectfully. If you want to run it like a church, be fake like that, like Jim Jones. And different things of that sort. Just remember, don't stockpile a bunch of weapons because the government will come after you like David Koresh. If you're going to do it, don't let everybody know you have them. I'm just kidding. That's a joke because I'm making fun of David Koresh for the reason they came after him in the first place. Because the government didn't care how many women he got pregnated. They didn't care that they were out there on that land. They didn't care what they were doing. They just cared about them having a bunch of weapons and stuff. That's all the government cared about. They might start trying to fight. We got to slow this down. Patriot said neither could. That's right. There you go. My birthday is not November 3rd. Now, Ryan, I was there for your birthday. November 3rd was going to, you were there for November 3rd is going to be your birthday? Happy birthday. I'll make sure you better be here and we'll say happy birthday to you. ABC's birthday is from Russia is November 3rd. All right, there you go. I'll look up some of those cult leaders you're talking about on there. But yeah, there you go, guys. How not to be a cult leader is, or how to be a cult leader is not to do what these people did. Okay? You got to be intelligent. You got to use your brains. You've got to understand that you can't feed people Kool-Aid and stockpile weapons from the government. And also go after stars in the Hollywood Hills because you're not a star. It's just 3 of them. Or date people that are, like most of them, date people that have many, many wives and some that are way too young to be your wives. Oh, these cult leaders are crazy. Or you could be like the Mother God one I saw, where she thought she was never going to die and everybody was following her and she died and they mummified her. They're going to come back from the stars to get me. Woo! When the lizard people come down to get you, look, that's not a way to start a cult. You're not going to make a lot of money that way, guys. So there you go. Once again, my poll question since it's True Crime Thursday is, which of these cult leaders do you think was the most dangerous? Charles Manson, 43%, Jim Jones, 30%, David Koresh, 17%, any other, the Nexium guy who started all that and had women brand themselves for him because he was a geeky guy that couldn't get women. And it started off as how to make money. It was kind of a pyramid scheme that turned into a cult. And then you got Jeff Warren, the so-called Mormons leader. Wow, so many cults out there. All right, guys. We're going to take a short break. The Lord is my God. Amen, Andropolanos. Good morning to you. Back in a moment, my lovely bride. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll close out the show after this on this Thursday edition, True Crime Thursday edition. So I was just telling you how to become a cult leader, what not to do and what to do. So you take it as you want to do. You can take it as you will. I'm not trying to create any cult leaders out there. I'm just telling you, if you do like the rest of them, if you do that, you're probably going to end up like the rest of them. Back in a moment. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary right here on the Sunny FM radio network. Pete, see you tomorrow, brother. Andrew Polanis, that's right. The Lord is God. Is my God. The Lord is my God. That's right.
Host the LA Dodgers in Game 3. The series is started at a game apiece. NFL news: the New York Jets have acquired wide receiver Devontae Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. This is SRN Sports.
15 minutes worth the top of the hour. Time for your Sunny FM high school and college football report. I'm RyanORadio. The Georgia Bulldogs are on the road this weekend to take on the Texas Longhorns. Biggest game of the year. This thing was on the calendar, and everybody's like, can't wait for this. Well, the 5-1 Georgia Bulldogs are 3-1 in SEC play. Will take on the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns, 6-0 and 2-0 in SEC play at home for the Texas Longhorns. 7:30 p.m. They are a 4-point favorite in that game, but the Bulldogs have something to say about that. The Auburn Tigers take on the Missouri Tigers this weekend. War Eagles hope they can come out on top and be doing what they're supposed to do. The Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Tennessee Vols. Will we see the Crimson Tide of old, or will we see the Crimson Tide of the last couple of weeks? Tough game ahead for the Crimson Tide. The Point Scots, 12 p.m. this coming up Saturday on Sunny FM as they hit the road to take on St. Andrews. Also, this weekend, high school football action, Friday Night Lights. The Carrollton Trojans take on EC, East Coweta, and Sharpsburg. Lovejoy's in town for Noonan's homecoming as the Noonan Cougars play host to them. Well, Langston Hughes is back in Noonan this week after
All right. Now that you guys know how to be a cult leader, go out and start your own cult. I'm just kidding. Paint the town red.
Lafayette Christian takes on New Creation Christian Academy.
counselor that works here in the metro area. I'm offering my services as a counselor. Contact me for my services at my website. Or you can reach me at my number, 470-215-0167. If you're in need of counseling services, please reach out. We can do
Making some impressive ammo nowadays. Israel's making impressive ammo nowadays. That's cool. Sorry, I'm a little silent while you guys are talking. I'm just trying to get everything finished up so we can close out. A lot of other stuff to talk about. Make sure you stay tuned because you're going to have opportunities to win tickets to the Lynette City Fair coming up, the final fair of the year in Lynette, Alabama, November 12th through the 17th. Ben, I have those for you. All right, guys, stay tuned more as we move forward here. A little wrestling wrap up to finish up the hour. Looks like AEW is trying to do some kind of NWO type of invasion thing with BBC. John Moxley is new AEW champion. He says he doesn't like what's going on in AEW, and he's going to take it to the level it needs to be. Moxley and his group attacked Orange Cassidy. They laid out the Dark Order and everybody else. The AEW locker room is trying to fight back, but they can't. So there you go. And our Adam Cole come back, cut a promo on MJF why he did what he did. He finally explained taking the whole devil mask from him months ago. Finally explained the whole devil mask months ago. I don't know. Bring the boom. He cuts a promo on MJF. He's back. And he says, sometimes you got to fight evil with evil. So he knew how evil MJF was. MJF flipped the script and played the victim and claiming that Cole was the one who betrayed him in return. MJF said he never grant Cole a piece of getting vengeance on him. So there you go. Mark Briscoe accepts Chris Jericho's rematch and FTR versus the Learning Tree with him tagging it with FTR. So there you go. FTR best tag team in the bunch. They beat the Learning Tree. Okay, they took the Learning Tree on in a tag team match. And Mark Briscoe's going to get the world title or Ring of Honor title against our Chris Jericho, our friend. All right, MJF approves the Acclaim, but he wants them to leave Teddy ass. Shelton Benjamin continues to move on, and he's going to wrestle later on. I'll tell you, Mercedes Moné keeps her TBS title. It's on TBS. It's appropriate. You know. Party of One. What? Also, the Elite were in action. They defeated whoever they defeated in a tag team match. Moxley and them joined on. How can the Elite just stand back and let this happen? They ask. And the Elite's like, well, whatever. The EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, about why they're letting this happen, they brewed a little breakout feud came backstage between Private Party and Daniel Garcia. They're trying to figure out why you let them do it. Why you letting BBC do it? Because eventually it's going to be too sweet. Shelton Benjamin defeated Low Rush in his debut match. Swerve Strickland has an answer for MVP and Shelton Benjamin in a big event, and that's about it. That's about it. That's all. All right. All right, guys. We're getting ready to get out of here in just a few moments. And tonight, TNA Wrestling on Access Television. Nick Namath, the TNT champion, the former Dolph Ziggler in action. He's got that Joe Henry coming up next pay-per-view. Tag team action, Moose and the crew are going to be in action tonight, and so much more. All right, just to let you know, congratulations to Kendrick Lamar. He was the Hip Hop Artist of the Year at this year's BET Hip Hop Awards. Congratulations to him winning that. And ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift is releasing the Eras Tour book and the album Tortured Poets Department out on CD. That's coming out very shortly, following her whole, I guess, year touring and everything. They had a documentary that went to #1. We talked about it on the show. All right, CBS has all returning shows tonight. Georgie and Mandy, first marriage. It's the beginning of a new chapter for some characters off of Young Shelton as Georgie moves off with his wife, Mandy, and their child to move in with Mandy's parents after the death of George Sr., who passed away. Young Shelton himself is out in California beginning his life. That's going to move into the Big Bang Theory later on. Also, you'll see some appearances from some of the stars from Young Sheldon. That's going to follow up at 8 p.m. 8:30, followed up with Ghost, a brand new 4th season of that series based upon Ghost, the TV show from the UK, where the married couple owned a bed and breakfast that is haunted that only the wife can see after she hits her head. That's similar to what it is here. And Matlock returns tonight with Kathy Bates as the main character. She's using the name Matlock from the original TV series Matlock because her daughter loved the series. So there you go. That's coming on tonight on CBS. All right, let's see here. What other regular news we got going on? Oh, yes, a couple of things for you you need to know. Massive meat recalls include hundreds of products. Bruce Pack products recall 1.7 million of those products that are sold at Trader Joe's, Target, and Walmart. They are being recalled. And Walgreens is closing a lot of their 12,000 stores by 2027, according to the company. With all that being said and done, we appreciate you guys being with us this morning. Pepper says, go Taylor, off our YouTube page. So Pepper loves some Taylor Swift. That's just some entertainment news and leftovers for you. Leftovers that are not so tasty, by the way. We're talking about the meat recall. Bruce Pack meat recall, not so tasty. All right, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate you. Guys, stay tuned. Coming up, Sustainable Round Girl will follow that up with the Pet Buzz at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming up at noon today, the best sports lineup in the business, but our Atlanta's very own, one of the most popular shows that similarly has the same time frame I do, similarly has the same clock I do. How can we be on the same clock? Wow, Rod. Rod Peterson, the RP show from 12 to 2 today. It's the Rod Peterson Show, NHL, CFL, and, of course, NFL action. Rod Peterson is in Florida. He's talking to people all over the country and big names from everywhere you need to know. That's right. So if you say you know somebody, he actually knows who they are. And not you can say, hey, just so-and-so knows so-and-so. And they're like, no, he's never heard of that person. She's never heard of that person. He's never heard of that person. But Rod from 12 to 2 and the 2 to 3 is the Sports Beat Richard Holder. 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio. And 5 to 6, Rick Smith Show. 6 to 8 is going to be our Total Talk Football with Cole and Drew and Cole. And then 8 to 9 is Chris Pomay. Make sure you stay tuned to for Ben in the afternoons, 4 to 6 on Sunny FM. And on Victory 100, make sure you tune in for the Gospel Train with Pastor Clyde Reed. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. I did all my promos and everything. I get all that out of the way. Yep. There's little hints of me on that Lynette station. People are like, well, who's coming? Who's coming? You think you know him. Chan. All right, we're going to get out of here. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. You guys have a great, wonderful day. And finally, I guess Charles Manson won the most dangerous cult leader. beating out Jim Jones, David Koresh, and others, but not too much further ahead from Jim Jones. Woo! Tomorrow is our Football Friday poll question. We'll talk about what's coming up this weekend. We'll have a lot Lizard Friday news. Also, we'll jump into football action. It's Football Friday and so much more. Until we meet again, you guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. You're listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary. Your inmates are out on good behavior. And stay tuned more on Sunny FM radio networks. Thank you very much. Guys, I appreciate you. Peace, love, respect. I'm out here. Got a lot to do today. And I appreciate you guys being with us. One day we're gonna stay on longer if we can afterwards for the after show. Make sure you tune into my brother Patriot before me. He does a lead-in show for me called Minuteman War Room. I appreciate that, the Patriot. You guys have a great day. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Stop.